We are making one of my absolute favorite dishes on the planet. It is called a beast. It is the manliest of manliest. Oh yeah, flex it dishes. So with that said, what goes into the beast, you might say? Let's get it rolling. Bacon, that is thick slab, 10-14 count. Applewood smoke, absolutely delicious. Next, pork loin. Oh yeah, nice big pork loin. There we go. I bought all of my products from Kroger. You'll see quite a few Kroger items on this one. Chorizo will be the next item that we need. You could use a traditional sausage. I like chorizo to add some flavor. Pork tenderloin. You'll see my sous chef in the background. Prosciutto. This is from Boar's Head. Again, I will leave links to all of these items down below so you'll be able to find them. No worries. Have it delivered in right on your Amazon order. So first we need to start breaking down these pork loins. There's a lot of fat that goes on top of those. So we're going to strip that fat down, get that off of there, look for any silver skin, anything of that nature. We're wanting to kind of get that off of there to make it a lot cleaner. I am using the cutting board itself as kind of like a guide to cut this. We're going to unfold it like a map, if you will, or a scroll. So we're just kind of slowly working that. You know, this took me probably 2 or 3 minutes. I know I got it on fast forward here, so don't be intimidated if it takes you a little longer. And then we're just gonna, again, fold it all the way out like a map. Now you'll see this got some uneven spaces, so don't panic. We're gonna get 2 pieces of plastic wrap. We're gonna cover our board. No worries, no worries. And what we're going to do is be patting this out into where it's a little bit flatter. Now this will help basically it's gonna help you have a more consistent cut. And we're going to put our piece of meat down in between. And we're going to put 2 more pieces right smack dab on top. And this just kind of, 1, helps you from making a mess everywhere. And 2, is going to kind of help everything stay solid. And then you can kind of keep track of where it's going to be. So with that said, it's time to get to hammering. Funny thing, I can't find my mallet. So we're going old school. We're getting our inner Gordon Ramsay on. Going full pan, and we're beating that chunk of meat out and working it down. What we're trying to do is just make it as even as possible so we can basically create an even thing once we roll it up. Now I found this spice at my local Kroger, and I'm just going to give it a nice good dab. This has like a nice garlic. It's almost like a more garlicky version of Cajun seasoning, which, you know, I'm from Mississippi. We love ourselves some Cajun seasoning. Next, we are getting into that prosciutto. So prosciutto is super thin cuts of cured ham. It's going to add a salty element. It's also going to help lock in some of that moisture and just kind of add a whole new element. Next is that chorizo. We're here to add in the spice. So we're going to get that. I kind of get it into little balls, and I just kind of work it in to the pork loin. Again, just kind of mashing it on top. I want to get it in consistent layers to make it easy on myself. Again, you saw the picture in the beginning of what it's going to look like in the end. Give it a little smacky smack. Next is steamed spinach. All I did was blanch the spinach. I kind of just dropped it in some salt water, pulled it up, and shocked it in some ice water, squeezed it out, very important. Next, we have our pork tenderloin. See all that silver skin? That's a gotta go. So we're gonna kind of start working that down and getting all of this silver skin off. Silver skin, again, it's just gonna make it super chewy. And then we're going to cut it into long strips. So I made 4 even strips out of this loin. And then we're going to start to add those on. And again, I'm kind of putting the head on one side and kind of rotating it back and forth. Again, it's all about making it consistent. And then now comes the fun part. We're going to roll it up. We're going to practice our Cheech and Chong. And we're going to roll this bad boy up. And again, it's kind of all about just trying to make it consistent. Don't worry about it at this point, it being super crazy perfect. We still got a little bit more work to do, but we're kind of just tucking that in, trying to pull that chorizo up into the inside. And then we're going to sit this bad boy off to the side because we got to add that bacon, our last layer. So I'm going to start shingling that bacon. You could do lattice work as well. For slicing purposes, I kind of like mine in shingles. It makes it a little bit easier. You're not having to fight that lattice work. This is a 10-14 double smoked bacon. So that means it's a nice thick slab of bacon. And then we're going to add that loin back on top. And I'm using that plastic wrap, kind of like how you would in sushi. You're kind of using it as a guide to help you get that bacon wrapped up completely. And then I'm going to give it a couple of rolls to help bring it in, get it nice and tight. And then I'm going to get it over into the oven. Now, once we get it into the oven, we're going to put a water pan down the bottom, 350 degrees with a water pan in the bottom. I did that for 45 minutes, removed the pan, and finished it for 30 more minutes. And again, just tucking in all of that.
That was too hot for TV. And now back to our regular programming.
Oh gosh, we're back. Look at that sexy chunk of meat. It does get, you do need to rotate it. I could use a little bit of a rotation on this one. I get a little dark, but I kind of like that crispiness. So nice, good center. The center of that pork loin, it might look a little red. That's because of that chorizo. So don't sweat it. It's that paprika. And then let's slice it up and let's get it looking nice and beautiful for our plate up. Looking absolutely fantastic. Again, nice, amazing pork loin. I got this paired up with some honey glazed carrots. I'm going to have that recipe separate, so no sweats on that. And then we are all about the flavor. So check that out. Again, this is a dish we call the Beast. It's pork 5 ways. Again, it is pork tenderloin inside of chorizo, inside of a pork loin, inside of bacon, everything 5 ways. So absolutely fantastic dish. We hope that you'll make this flex. If you do, make sure you tag me in it. I want to see it, whether that's on social media at Kitchen Boot Camp or right here on YouTube. Have a great day.